بسم الله.
It's locked, all right.
As one, we shall overcome this. We've done it before.
No. I had a drink outside tonight.
Oh, dear God. Not again. William, please stop.
Just a sip, I promise. Dearest friend, you're my last and dearest friend.
شخطهم حبيبي. ليه؟ لا هنا ما اقدر. ايوه ممتاز.
William, my arm. I can't feel it. Will, please, let go of me. Oh my God, William. I can't stand it anymore.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
I could never harm you, Mr. Hampton. You're my only friend.
هذا
I
وليام
know you're
بشر.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
اشتغل. تحول. اطلع. اطلع. السلاح مقيس غيره. ايوه متى جبت هذا السلاح؟
Please, stop.
من الاخ؟
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Skal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
عجيب. عجيب العجيب.
By
London.
George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed this drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Gather blood soon. Of course. Ugh. Set.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must...
دقيقة يا حلو دقيقة. نسيت اساميهم الحين. شون هامبتون هذا اللي هو مدير الميناء. بعدين عندك ديسن.
Find a place to analyze the blood.
طيب قبل هذا أنا أخذت شيء توي. هذا هو. ها كذا فهمت أكثر. طيب والله يكبر خشم البطن. لا أبقى خشم.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself. Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Yeah. بندق شو هو؟ كأنها لعبة
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scowl said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes.
يا فقاش.
Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Take me to a hospital. Mission updated. Chapter 1. يا أخي كوجهه العراك.
It's okay, Jonathan. I'll see you later. I'm sorry, Jonathan. Mr. Hampton needs me right now.
طيب هنمزج شوي.
We'll have a word in my office later, Jonathan. I'm sorry, Jonathan. Mr. Hampton needs me right now.
Yeah.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that!
وش السالفة؟
Nah! It's my turn!
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
وش ذا؟
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite!
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
أها. معها 500 اكس بي هيلثي. كلاي بوكس. طيب والله حالتهم كلك.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
The blood quality. And you did it.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
في شيء غريب في اللعبة يا أخي. من هذا اللي يكلمني كل شوي؟ Close the red train. وين؟ هنا.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
عجيب. اها الحركة هذه يمديني اتحكم فيهم واخذهم لمكان صاد واكلهم.
Did I black out? Whoa, I feel giddy. What happened? Whoa, I feel giddy.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go. But no famished hunter can run for long.
وين الدكاترة؟ لا حين هناك. لا والله مش أنا ويني فيه بالضبط الحين؟ دقيقة. هنا فيه هذا. طيب. الشمالي والميناء الغربي. الميناء ها. طيب هنا.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
حركات.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed.
I would like to ask a few questions first. What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Brilliant.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
If you could point me in the direction of my rooming.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Always welcome. Find your box. بس قبل ما أدخل الوقت أمانة تم شوي. صح ولا لا؟ هذا إيش؟
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
Thank you for your concern, but I'm fine.
Medical check-up. Press 2 for details.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
بعد ناظرني كذا للجيس.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, But in the end, everybody is doing their best.
عجيب.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible...
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but... how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Good. ما اقدر اشوف نفسي في اللعبة. داحم الله حيه انفيزبل جاك والله ما ادري يمكن ما ادري يعني ترى ما اعرف اي شيء عن اللعبه وشو البطل هذا قام في مكان مليء بالجثث الصوت هذا ما ادري ايش تقول طفي الاغاني طفي الموسيقى ما ادري ايش تقول طيب اكسر الموسيقى نخليها الأربعة إن شاء الله زين أربعة الماستر خلها 8 إن شاء الله كذا أفضل كذا أفضل. ألو ما أدري إيش تقول. ألو أو قصر زود يعني. ألو كويس كذا والله إني ما أدري هو زين ولا لا. اكسر زود بعد نكسر زود يلا. طيب ما فرقت. لا الحين ان شاء الله انها بتفرق. الو السلام عليكم. تدري اكسر له زود بعد. ايوه كذا ممتاز صح؟ ان شاء الله زين. طيب خليك اكسر الموسيقى بعد زود. اي كذا احسن. وجثث اسم البطل قام جثث. هو الظاهر ان هذا البطل كان مشارك في الحرب كدكتور طبيب، فالظاهر انه مات في الحرب وفجأة قام بين ركام من الجثث ولم يكن واعيا يعني كان يعني ما كان بقواه العقلية الظاهر، فقام ولقى قدامه واحدة مار هي كانت تناديه وتخمخم هو ما يدري ايش السالفة ويعضها. يوم عضها وشرب الدم اوه صارت اخته. اوه اختي مدري وشو شلون انا صرت كذا مدري ايش. المهم انه مات بس انه ما مات. وثم يتعرف على هذا الدكتور اللي فوق ابد توي بادي ترى لعبة لها تقريبا لعبت فيها ساعة، يعني أول ساعة هذه أعتقد.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
طيب ركز على القصة وخلك من اللوت يا خالد. طيب هذا وش سابسه؟ سمعت من الضات يمشون قاتل خفي ولا عنده حسب تجاهك لا يمكن له دخل يعني بعدين في القصة، ما أدري والله، لكنه نفس العصر، عصر الفكتوري يعني. هو القصة يعني يتكلم عن مصاصين الدماء. طيب وش ذا المكان؟ أخي يا حبي للوت، أنا ليش ألوت؟ أنا وين؟ هي وش قالت؟ الدور الثاني حاطين لي مكتب. الدور الثاني شلون أرقى؟ أيوه طيب الدور الثاني مكتب عليه اسمك، هذا دكتور سوانزي. دكتور سوانزي هذا الظاهر انه هو يعني قائد الاطباء، ما ادري ايش يسمى. وايضا صح كان في مرض الان شائع يعني عندهم، اللي هو مرض الانفلونزا الاسبانية. حبيبي السلاح، سلاح البطل 65 استامنا. والله ودي اجربه، صبر هنحطها. طيب هذه مين؟ العب وش الملابس الراقية هذه؟ لوت؟ لا طيب اعتقد ان هذا هو مكتبي صح؟ دكتور تيبتس، هذا الجاري.
I cannot enter.
هذا انا صح؟ دكتور ريد. والله على طول والله حطوا لي مكتب، مو بسهلين والله. طيب
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
الله النكتة الجميلة. My dear Jonathan, I ask no skin to settle on a welcome to we shall talk soon. طيب رسالة ترحيبية من الدكتور سوانزي. جميل. ها؟ طيب article on icons. في واحد تحت معاه شتقن يحبها قلبك. شتقن ايش يا الغالي؟ طيب
The flower's dying. It needs water.
ووتا بسمعها كثانية. ما يمديني. وين الووتا؟ حب الفشق، هات الفشق والمشق. طيب خلنا نطور سلاحنا. هذا ايش؟ ايه صح، احنا ماخذين قطعة من السيد بيشوب. طيب انالايز. اي يا اخي القوائم في اللعبة مخيسة، ما ادري ايش جو اللي مسويها. طيب اي كونت بعد ابجريد زود. هذا يمديني اطوره. مسدس شوزن برضو لا.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
المقصد فيه بياعين. شكرا على المعلومة. طيب يلا جينا للتلفيل. وش نلفل وش نخلي؟ ديفنسيف. شو يسوي هذا؟ It's easier to kill someone who doesn't move. 600 يا رجال. وذا ليش؟ لا يا رجال، عطنا هذا قدرات. حنا علينا بالقدرات، نبي قدرات. 1000 لا والله واجد. هذا وشو طيب؟ 1000 وش الاستهبال هذا؟ بس حتى ذا 1000. ايش الاستهبال؟ ايش الاستهبال هذا؟ يا ربي وانت ربي. كريس نمبر هذا وشو؟ كويس. سعجونا. بقى معي إلا 400. تكتيكال. أيوة عطنا اي وش هذا؟ 500. وذا كم؟ هذا وشو؟ برضو 500. طيب اللي هنا وشو؟ ساينس 3 فايلز. بوليتس. نطور. ألقى دواما يا جوناثان.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. What about my thirst for blood?
والله انك مشكلة يا غالي. healthy. أيوة.
Come on, I don't have all night.
وش تبين؟
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
This room is off limits. There is nothing here.
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
حيات الله.
Yes, Doctor?
What is the mood? How is the situation here? Don't you ever rest?
That's all.
يكفي بربرة تواجد. طيب.
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
ليش؟ لعبة فيها شوية مخيسة. طيب.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Oh. يلا حيا.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Your life in London, personal questions. Made friends since you arrived. How do you feel? بربر واجد.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
اللعبة جالسة يعني للأسف تحاول انها تصير مثل ويتشر بس ما عرفت. من الأخ؟ لا هذا أخيرا انتو سولف مع الرجال.
Good evening, sir.
ها؟
Doctor.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
من لها 4 نهايات.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell me about your arrival.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
I share your struggle. She charged you?
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed.
اوف
But I'm aware such behavior would not...
كل يزق يلا يلا.
Goodbye,
خلاص.
Mrs. Goswick.
تقلعي. هذا الولد ده صحيح. هذا ولدس. الله صحيح ولدس يا بنت
Good evening.
الأجواء.
I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name,
والله
sir?
إني قايل لكم صحيح.
Mortimer Goswick.
والله إنه صحيح قايل لكم. يقول لي يس ثم يقول نو في نفسه. وش جوه؟ طيب.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
طيب. شفت يا أبو داحم يقول I don't want to talk. خلاص. شفت؟ طيب. وبين fill your throat.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So
Corona.
painful, I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
بسم الله عليك عشان كذا ما ودك تسولف.
I'll let you get some...
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
هلا ذا متكرون قاعد يكرونا معه ما إننا فاضيين له. طيب. خلاص. دكتور يدور في الزبالة. يا حيف والله يا أستاذ جوناثان. أرون تعطيه علاج ترى. صدق والله. نرجع له. وين الصحيح؟ تعال.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick.
I'm okay.
ميديكال تشيك اب. اي والله. اي بس ما معي علاج.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
شاير شهادة. شاري شهادة أنت. give medicine. عطا. شلون؟ ما معي الميديسن. اي والله. treatment for VT.
I will see you later. I have to go.
Thanks for time with me.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
يلا بس تقلعوا. وش قصدك شاري شهادة يا اخوي؟ انا دكتور حرب ودكتور انحاش ذا العلة اللي تجيك الحين. طيب شو يا اخي معليش من اللي بيذب فلوسه كذا في الشارع؟ يعني شوية احترام للعقل. بس روح للمرضى ليش تدفعين المرة روح للمرضى قل ليش تدفعين المرة. اسمه هاوكنز حقون هوكنز. ايه هوكنز وش صار عليه؟ اتوقع انه بيموت في الاحداث اللي صايرة. انا اتوقع انه بيموت.
Scour voices in the garden.
وش ذا؟
I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
بلاد بورن. وش السالفة؟ وش الأصوات الحلوة هذه؟ انحش. شجع وراي يحمل. اما اذا جيت تدخل الاماكن كذا وين سوني 2؟ ايش جوكم يا شباب؟ الله اكبر اذن. دو انني بخلص المهمة ونقفل البث. District Lost. يا رب يا ربي. طيب ذا اولد مرج، ذا اولد. الله من كبر الخشم. طيب اللعبة قلبت رعب. في دم فوق. ها؟ نعم. find useful medication. طيب يعني مهمة الآن تلويت. طيب نلوت كل شيء. إنها ليست مهمة عادية. الله يستر. أحس إني ألعب بلود بول على الأصوات هذه. بيست بيست. هذا وش ذا الباب؟ طلعني. شكله بسم الله. وش هالحوسة هذه؟ بعدين ذا الحيوان هذي تقول لي فيه راح هناك بتلقى مدري ايش تلقى. سلم. A place where the bodies are kept. اها هذا معنى المرج. اها طيب اشرب دمه عادي ولا بتسمم؟ اجرب اشرب دمه.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
هذه الأدوية. طيب لقينا الأدوية، بعضا من الأدوية. لا تطير رصاصك عليهم نصيحة. اوكي bottle of alcohol.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
الله يعين الله يعين. والله واضح ان البيسمنت هذه تروع. أوب. لا ما ابي مسدس انا. ابي هذا. امشي. ايش هذا؟ بولتس. طيب تدري ليش احس القبو فيه واحد كذا قوي. اخي الاجواء تروع يا اخي. رهيبة الاجواء هذه انا احبها.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful.
نرجع للسطح. خلي القبو آخر شيء. watery rich blood symbol. طيب لعن ابوه، ايش ذا؟ ما يخرشه. وين راح؟ الله يستر. وش الملجلجين ذولي؟ في خرشات اللعبة ولا مبروع؟ والله اني ما ادري يا ابو داحم، والله اني ما اعلم. 2 في 3 في الغرفة. طيب
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
اجل وش يبون؟ هيل هيل. الله يقلعه، اتوقعته قوي. اوه شوزن، فشق فشق. جيب بسم الله. تعال. ما جربنا السلاح الجديد، خلينا نجربه. نيجل. لوت او خلاص ما عاد في لوت. تعال. ايه وش هذا؟ وش ذا الجثة اللي ما وصلوها؟ عجيب. سكين. يوزلس الناي. شو؟ لا لا لا. ايوه 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 ايوه. جيب. استن بلاد ابزروشن ابزروشن. ها الحين ليش جايبين هنا؟ وش نبي عشان اغراض؟ عشان الادوية يا استاذ عبد الرحمن. طيب local investigations and news. لا 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 لا، اما جانبية ذي شكلها صح. citizen investigation. طيب and track. هذا شو اسمه زميلي مستر تيبتس. طيب track and track find out the cause of death. هذه المهمات الجانبية اتوقع، والله اني ما ادري. يا رجال بس صدري.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
Connor flips chest.
The chest was originally open to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened.
عجيب.
Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs. Old and distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman.
هذا بحار يعني أكيد.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips. Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps?
جرعة زائدة.
A puncture over the left lung. Possibly a chest tube insertion. Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful.
طيب ليش مات؟
Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's time we talked.
الله يهديك يا مستر تيبتس.
Tippett has made an
والله ما هقيتها منك يا مستر تيبتس.
It's locked, all right.
أجل مسوي العملية لهذا الرجل أوفر دوس، أعطيه جرعة زايدة. إيش ذا الدكتور الفاشل؟ التفت وراك، وش فيه؟ أنا أعتقد أني سأقف هنا ونستأنف إن شاء الله بعد الصلاة. صلوا. السلام عليكم. يبدو أنه لم يعد هناك أحد على ما يبدو. نعم حبك لا طعم. طيب بسم الله، نستأنف أو أصبر شوي، خلنا نصبر شوي. يمكن أحد يجي، يمكن أحد يجي. يالله يا الليل تدير الكون بأمرك والليالي يا لا لا لا. يالله يا اللي تدير الكون بأمرك والليالي يا لا لا لا. يالله يا اللي تدير الكون بأمرك والليالي يا لا لا لا. يالله يا اللي تدير الكون بأمرك والليالي يا لا لا لا. واللي يهدونه يا لا لا لا. تدين بأمرك والليالي يا لا لا لا. يبدو أنني سأكمل. هيا بنا جوناثان، بسم الله. أنا نزلت مع ذا الدرجة. طيب اسلم. ها هذا ايش؟ اسلم. دقيقة. هذا اللي دخل. معليش بديت بدون ما عليكم السلام. يقهر. اي والله انه يقهر. طيب بيموت. تعال.
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
اوكي مو زعيم للأسف. شلون هذا؟ شلون هو كيف؟ طيب يعني تفضل. شلون مو بزعيم؟ والدم اللي عليه طيب تطوير. يلا نطور. treatment for fatigue. Analyze to light blood serum. Light regenerate relations. تلقاه شو اما هذا الله يهديك. طيب ليش تعلمني؟ يلا ما يخالف عادي. هذه وش رايك اسوي لها ريسايكل ولا اخليها؟ هذه اللي انت ما ادري تشوف اللي انا اشوف او ما اشوف اللي انت تشوفه. اسوي لها ريسايكل ولا اخليها؟ إلا إذا تحتاج سو. هو المشكلة أنا إلى الآن ما فهمت طريقة صار معي أقدر أسوي دواء. أسوي واحد. مديني أسوي إبرة سيرم ولا أسوي هذا used to cure sick citizens during a dialogue. كل شيء هنا يمديك تستفيد منه. طيب الإبرة أتوقع أنها لي أنا صح؟ أعتقد نعم. أعتقد أنها لي الإبرة صح؟ بينما هذه treatments المريضين. اتوقع اني بسوي هذا عشان نعطي الصحيح الظاهر انه كان يبي هذا الظاهر. ما عاد يمديني. طيب الاسلحة ليتني مطور السلاح والله نسيت. أبي أسوي. طيب هذا وش هو؟ blood absorption. بدي أطورها. طور يا رجال طور. شو أنت خايف؟ هذه ليش نطور هذه يا جماعة؟ خلاص اعتقد نعم. بسم الله. يا اخي نظام التلويت في اللعبة هذه يرفع الضغط شوي. يا اخي ما يمديك تلاحظ الشيء اللي يبيله تطوير والشيء اللي ما يبيله تطوير. تلويت تطوير. طيب هنا وش فيه؟ هنا هذا خلصنا اجل. يا ابوك يا الخرشة. بعد عني. دبل. تقلع جلد. جلاد أنا جلاد. أخي المفروض اللي فيه لوت يا أخي يخلونه يلمع شوي عشان تقدر تلاحظ إن فيه هنا لوت. خلصنا المهمة هذه الحمد لله عدت على خير. يا الله. تختم اللعبة إن شاء الله. أكيد بختمها. أنا ترى من يوم نزلت وأنا ودي ألعبها، لكن ما لعبتها لأني ما تفرغت لها ولا حصلت عليها خصم عرض. في 2 صح؟ ديزل سكان روج سكان، شو الفرق بينهم؟ جيب A photography of smiling at loving couple. الله ايش الصورة هذه الجميلة. يمديك تتركهم. ايه انا عارف، بس ما دام اللعبة انا عاجبني فيها القتال، فعشان كذا جالس قاتل. ليد ستيك. والله المدينة تعثي بال ها؟ هذا شلون هنا ترى وراي. يا وسخ. هذا المستشفى. هذا وشو؟
It's locked, all right.
طيب. لوت ما في لوت. واضح اني احب اللوت صح؟ واضح ان اللعب ينرفز. قاعد اتجاهل المهمة الرئيسية. لكن ودي استكشف صراحة. عالم اللعبة جميل. نعم جري التنبيه. كوشن. ما يمديني اروح صح؟ اسلم يا الامير. اي اسلم يا رجال. راحت عليك. راح عليك الاكشن. هذا وش هذا المستشفى. يمديني ارقى فوق. وش ذا المكان؟ خلاص اتوقع اخذت لفة صح؟ ايه اخذنا لفة خلاص. طيب ليش في شيء هنا؟ ما في شيء. اتفق معك اللوت في كل مكان.
It's locked.
It's locked. Long letter. أنا اللي يقهرني إنه الله. يلا بقرأ لكم في جثث هنا. اصبر خلنا نلوتها.
I cannot enter.
هذا من هو؟
It's locked, all right.
نتكلم.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a
شكله
pleasure
هندي.
to meet a colleague, sir.
أي والله إنه
Especially
هندي.
when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana.
شلون؟
Pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Do you need medical
I'm feeling all right, doctor.
Please show me what you have to say.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
هذا اللي يبيع اللوت صح؟ هنا بيع. اشتري بفلوس اللي كنت اجمعها من اليوم. ما ادري ايش اشتري. اوف.
It's locked.
لا.
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
وش سالفت هذا؟ ليش كذا يشع نورا؟ ليه؟ وش معناها؟ No relationships. يا أخي أنا ما فهمت هذه ترى. كل شخصية تكتشف أشياء عشان يعطيك شيء غريب في اللعبة. ما فهمته، ما بعد فهمته. اوف وش الدم هذا اللي يغلي؟ ايش مكتوب؟
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
I cannot enter.
الله يقلعه. رجال طز فيه فاضي له انا. جمعهم قبر واحد كيوت.
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench.
خلاص كل زق. طيب خلينا نروح للصحيح. وينه؟ ها؟
I will not let you down, my boy.
unknown. خلينا نتكلم هذا.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of...
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland. Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
ما يمديني أتحكم به. طيب. Your life in London. يا رجال والله اللعبة مليانة أشياء.
Goodbye.
بعدين. حياك. اوه ايش جابه هذه هنا؟ احنا نبي صحيح هذا بس. حيات الله. هلا والله.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
بشرت. طيب.
Do you require...
I have...
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
وين ولدس؟ الله حيه.
طيب. Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
طيب. نصاب يقول I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir.
You need any help. ويقول يا أخي شو الغباء هذا. طيب.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Careful. حطينا علاج.
Do you need any help?
Thank you, Dr. Reed, but you've done enough already.
الله يسلمك.
The rest is up to me now.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
ايه خلاص عطيناه علاج. شوف الحين صار يتكلم، قبل شوي ما يتكلم. Oh, is your mother bothering you?
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
خلاص اسفين انت وامك.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick.
Huh?
Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
طيب. خلصنا هذه. Personal questions.
I have to go now, sir.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
طيب. فيها وش اللي زعق؟ وين مستر وين الجار اللي مشرح هو اللي حتسي؟ وينه؟ ها وينه؟ وين مستر تبن؟ مستر تبن. هناك.
It's locked, all right.
Please come back later.
موجود برا. وين؟ ما شفته. وينه؟ هو هذا؟ هو تبت؟
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for the...
That's quite a blunt intro.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
هذا اللي بيع أسلحة. I have found your wallet. Personal questions. How is situation? والله ما عليش، ما فاضي أسولف معك. الله وش عندك؟
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway, to remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
Investigation. معليش investigation وش سويت أنا؟ والله إني ما أدري وش سويت. المهم إني محقق عظيم وبس.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
هذا هو ميلتون شotgun. يمكن نشتري 315. الله يخلى لك يا الغالي. أعطيته محفظته وأعطاك مقابل. عندهم 110 و210 وبدا حمية وسخ. طيب مشينا عند العلة بالعلة وينها هذه؟
Yes, Doctor?
Don't you ever rest. Where's the march? تسوق هذه. اوف. اما عاد هي اللي تدير ولد الكلب هذا 6 عشان اتحكم فيه. كذا اتحكم في الناس. يمديني ارجع لهذا اتحكم فيه. والله يبيلها فريسة ناكلها، بس مو بناكل. تو افهم انا الحين. ايه يا شيخ. فهمت. طيب. How's the situation?
Exactly how bad is the supply?
It really depends.
Where's the march?
Please, could you point me in the...
It's the large...
Why then do you always work the...
At the Pembroke, we're always hands on deck.
Your dedication to the Pembroke does you credit, Nurse Crane, but when do you sleep?
We staff get our sleep when we can, Doctor. Nursing is a vocation, not the labor of a journeyman.
Lack of sleep and the medical profession always ends in disaster. I've witnessed many a colleague succumb to stimulants to fight exhaustion. Drugs were as deadly as bullets in the trenches.
ايه فهمت.
London's trenches start here at Pembroke Hospital.
بس لازم
We are on the front line, make no mistake.
اتحكم به. لازم في ليفل التحكم اللي هم مرايز.
That's all for now, Nurse Crane. Thank you.
طيب. Diseases. Blood quality. المرض خلي الدم مخيس. طيب. هي دمها وش دمها؟ healthy. دكتور تبن وينه ابو تبن ذا؟ شفتك. بلود تبن. اما عاد اعالج المرضى ثم ناكلهم. ايش الجو هذا؟ وين تبن وينه؟ تو شفته. هذا هو. يا وسخ انت وخشمك. تعال.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett's, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now.
Allah.
Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
يا سلام. أنا عندي ملاحظة. أي واحد خشمه كذا طبيب فنان. شوف الدكاترة شلون خشومهم. خلنا نسولف معه شوي. You are exhausted.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
Yes. Sorry. You have nothing to provide. خش في وجهه.
You've nothing to prove, Dr. Tippett, to anybody. And we all praise your experience. Please, have some rest.
لا.
I am perfectly fine, and I am not too old for this job.
أفا سامحته. شكلي سامحته. أحسب إنه بيزبد له. حمار. طيب.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What happened?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
عجيب.
Why not stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it. and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
What was the nature of the mistake?
It was a twofold error. My diagnosis was wrong, and the administered dosage was too strong.
نفس التشخيص اللي سويته.
Who was this patient?
I don't know. Some sick man from the docks, maybe a fisherman. I had no time to talk with him. No one claimed the body.
What can you
Some are really good, and others are...
Tell me more about cherished people.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
نفس اللي قاله خوينا.
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve.
Jonathan.
But I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office down again.
في touch.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
Better? It's the same everywhere. I didn't have much of a choice. People are more important.
It's not exactly the best situation in London either. I can't have expected this hospital to be prepared for what was to come.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people.
كل زي
Just lacks hope.
يا رجال على زيك بسوي نفسه هنا الدكتور.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
يلا توكل. قلع العد اشوفك. كم الاكس بي حقه؟ والله خالع الاكس بي حقه. اصلا نروح عند دكتور سوانزي. هو يحب هذه. ليل سلبة. تعالي.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
دور هوكنز. اصبر خلينا نشوف ذي ام عيون ذي والله انها ترفع الضغط. Tippett surprises you. Tippett's medical error. طيب.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital.
طيب.
I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett in our situation?
يا رجل انت الحلال كذا. You took a great risk. You did not have the right. I understand what you did. طيب. You did not have the right. You took. طيب. نحسفهم ولا نقول لهم ما أبى أحسفهم.
To clear Dr. Tippett's name must be the decision of Dr. Swansea. You can't take matters into your own hands.
I respect Dr. Swansea's authority and management, but he's no idea what happens here on a daily basis. I did what I had to do.
عجيب. طيب خلينا نقول إن مستر تبن مدحها.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
I won't reveal Dr. Tippett. شلون يعني؟ I won't
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
I hope you're right. This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr. Tippett must regain his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you and me.
طيب.
He doesn't need to know you found out.
ترى بس بعطيكم المحاولة هذه. المرة الجاية ما في محاولات المرة الجاية. طيب خلاص.
Goodbye, nurse.
ترى هالمرة بمشيها لكم. سمعت؟ ايه. يلا الحين نروح عند شو اسمه. نروح عند خلاص يكفي. بربرت واجد معهم. نروح عند السيد سوانزي. بسم الله.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it
لا
not?
مو بلا
In the
تعلمه.
last decade, so
لا
many
تعلم أحد.
mysteries have
بلا
been brought to
تعلمه.
light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization.
شلون؟
Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
This is no gift. طيب أخربها معه ولا أو أخلي العلاقة كويسة. Yours bring comfort. I'm living paradox. This is no gift. أتوقع أنها خلنا نكرشه.
I'm a dead man. I was murdered. Now I'm a murderer. Tell me how this is a gift.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
طيب Edgar. No need to apologies. This is not amusing. We need each other. We need each other.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
تحياتي يا شيخ. هلا والله حياك الله. أهلا وسهلا. نشوف وش عنده.
Do you need something, Jonathan?
Yes, I need something. I have questions.
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
What condition about William? About William.
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe. Was he a vampire?
He was a Skald, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire, others something else.
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Skald?
A Skald is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
Ajib.
How do Skalds come into existence?
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires, what could you tell me about my condition and how it came about?
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings, and the penny dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
The sun. The morning following my transformation. Its rays burned me. There was pain, smoke, and my skin blackened.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
Ajib.
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire. You feed, and blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
About the hospital. I
have just a...
Then ask.
You mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Since I'm the one working for you, what should I know about Pembroke Hospital?
Well, for many years, we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as provide health care.
What do you expect of me?
What we need is hope. You were a soldier. This is a war. This white coat's still a uniform. We fight to help the poor, the sick of the East End, the forgotten.
صح هذا شلون يدري اني انا جندي؟ شلون يدري وانا ميت؟ شلون يدري اني جندي؟
Where do we stand today?
Oh, to be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis. The first wave of the Spanish flu last summer took us by surprise. We lack many of the basic necessities needed.
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar.
أنا المستغرب منه هذا، كيف يعرفني وأنا ميت؟ في شيء هناك. لوت لتر. أوه هذا الهندي أبو هنود. رقش كندن. نروح نكلم. يا أخي أنت معروف ذا يعرف كل الدكاترة. أها محدر أنك ميت الظاهر. طيب وين أبو هنود؟ وينه؟ والله يا معها. طيب.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together.
أوه هذه ذيك. اي والله هي.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
يعني هي اللي ما اعطيتني الدواء عشان اقوم.
So it seems our Dr. Swansea does indeed have a fascination for creatures of our constitution.
Dr. Swansea is a remarkable man. Dedicated, one might say, obstinate. He spent years compiling our bestiary.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Pardon my boldness, Your Ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
I don't believe you, I believe you. أخي وش دراني أنا؟ خلنا نعطي على جوها.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient, or their family.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions, and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
ايه فاهم.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
طيب. arrived in the hospital. تتوقع انها تبن مستر تبن.
I know I can count. I wish I could say the same for the others.
You look exhausted. You're pushing yourself too hard. You don't have to bear the burdens of this hospital alone.
Disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect.
هذا مين؟
What? What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
Are your the black bear مشتغل.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off, they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
والله زحفة العجيز. فريق سافو. وين الجوال؟ خلنا نقرا رسالة. ضحك. طيب.
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
I wish I could be sick again.
اعتقد ان قبل ما اكلمهم اعتقد ان المكان المناسب اني اوقف. اتوقع نكمل بعدين. طيب يعطيكم العافية كل اللي حضروا، حياكم الله، وانتظرونا في البث القادم ان شاء الله. اتوقع نوقف الانفستيجيشن الان، نكمل ان شاء الله يوم غد. اوه يمديني ارقى هنا. طيب يلا يعطيكم العافية.